recording here.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna mute. After I let him in, I'm gonna mute myself. So
turn your camera off, Mike.
Appreciate you doing this, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, let me do one thing here, and then we'll get him in. All right, Mike, here we go. Here they come. And
all right, everyone.
Mike, go ahead. Yep.
Yeah. Thanks. Hello, everyone. It's Mike here. We have Steener here. We'll do 4 to 6 of these next couple of days. So we'll do Steener right now, obviously, and then we'll do David at 11 o'clock. But Steener is here. If you want to fire off your first question, go ahead, JT.
Yeah, Alexander, good to see you. Just wanted to ask you for starters, why do you think it was so hard for the team to find its game, particularly on defense?
I think it was I think our struggles were getting to the details of what makes our game so strong. And yeah, some of it was defensive, but I think the lack of the offensive side of it too also led a little bit to the defensive aspects of it. So it's an accelerated timeline, and I think we needed to be quicker to get to the punch there, quicker to get to those details that make us such a strong team.
I know it's always tough for a player who's out of the lineup to watch his team playing, but particularly in your case, I mean, as a team leader and one of the veterans, I mean, how tough was it to watch the team and you know, at least in some aspects, not be able to help?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's always hard when you're on the outside. You know, I think more so in that bubble format. It wasn't, you know, that's the reason why we were there. And yeah, it was hard. I thought the guys battled and worked, and we were trying to get there, and you know, we just couldn't, for whatever reason, couldn't get those things in place to make us stronger than Vancouver in a 7-game series.
Hey, Alex, it's Jeremy. You know, I don't know what you're willing to say, but can you shed any light on what you're dealing with? And if so, when did it pop up?
Yeah, it started before camp and then kind of led into camp, and had some issues going on during, and again, was in kind of an accelerated timeline. So it was just trying to I think we were chasing it a little bit from the get-go, and tried taking a couple periods off, like a couple of sections of camp, and even once we got to the Belleville to see if things would calm down. But yeah, we just couldn't get it under control. And then now we'll be looking at it over the next few weeks and treating and rehab and getting everything back up and running.
Alex, it's Lou. When you say you were having struggles getting to the details, surprised you a little bit, because it seemed like during the 2-week camp that you guys had, you guys looked pretty sharp, pretty crisp out there, and looked like you hadn't really missed a beat. But I understand, you had 4 months off, but just a little surprised that just didn't translate once you got to Edmonton.
I don't know. You're also playing against opposition. It's not just your side of things. You're also meeting a team that is doing the same things. And as far as like skating and execution and things like that, I think it was more the execution of our game. There was times where we were with the puck, not executing at our standard or our usual level. But for them, I think there was a lot of details away from the puck that, creates our team game and the stability of our structure and things like that we just it was there at times, but just not consistently enough.
So Alex, did you hurt something over the pause, or was it just, did it get aggravated when you started playing after the long layoff?
Yeah, it got aggravated. There's not like an instance that during the quarantine or anything like that.
Alex, sounds like nothing that needs surgery, just some time and rehab and like the
Yeah,
rest of
well, obviously we're going to look at, we just got back 2 days ago, so we're trying to get organized here since we got back. And obviously we'll go see the doctors. There's obviously when you're in the bubble, it's a little more difficult to maybe get all the tests, and we were trying to get me back into the games and things like that. So now things are obviously, there's not that same urgency to get me back on the ice. We'll look at this as get the proper testing, see the right people, and go from there and see what happens. I don't think it's anything like that, don't know.
Alex, was there happiness with your family though when you came home and they got to see you again after this long break?
Yeah, there was. I mean, it was, all the wives and kids and families were sacrificing themselves for this period, for allowing us to go and pursue the cup again. And the day when we first left for the bubble was a difficult one. It was a little odd or unusual, I would say, for how we normally leave. We leave for a week to 10 days and 2 weeks, but this one was a little bit different. And so that part when you got home was definitely, you get to see the kid again, and things like that was obviously uplifting in a time where we were upset.
Alex, where do you feel like this group goes next? I mean, obviously there's going to be some uncertainty and some decisions made here personnel wise, but if a lot doesn't change depending on what happens, can this group get back to where it was before the pandemic? And do you feel like there's still a good window here for this group to have success moving forward?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I think there is a lot of uncertainty, and no one really knows what to expect over the next few weeks or months. But that's unknown for everyone, for all the teams, and I'm sure everyone will be kind of reacting or doing similar things. But the team that we have here and the group is very strong. I mean, our goaltending, even during this tournament where I think their stats weren't as good, they were solid. I mean, it's a couple games in the round robin where Binner was the best he's played. And, I think it was just a collective problem that I stated earlier of us not being able to find our rhythm. And, but in saying that, I mean, the regular season and how we looked throughout, and then, obviously this unusual circumstances, but I'm very confident that the group will get back together and be hungry and strong, and be looking to have more success.
Alex, how do you approach it?
Go ahead, Tommy.
Hey, Alex, how do you approach this off season? Obviously, rest is the first thing for you, but you don't know exactly when the season restarts. What are you going to do?
First and foremost, I got to get healthy here, but that's going to be my number one priority, so I could get to my off-season training as quickly as I can. I think it's obviously going to be a little bit easier. I think you will have more access to things of training in nature as far as gyms and treatment and rehab and things like that. So it shouldn't be as big of an adjustment as it as this break before the tournament was.
Alexander, I just want, and I know it's only a couple days, but this season was such a had to be a wild ride for you guys with success, with what happened to Jay Bowmeister and also this pause. Can you put into words just what a bizarre ride this season was for you guys?
Yeah, it's been a lot's happened in the last year for sure for our group. I'm very proud of who we are as a team, as far as how we play and how we take care of each other both on and off the ice. And there was definitely some things that normally don't happen in a regular season or playoffs. But yeah, we've always been tight. I think we've grown even more compact as a group, and it's also a big reason why I think that come back next season hungry and strong again.
And can you speak to just Jay? What we're all anticipating that he won't be back, but regardless of that, just what he's meant to this program, what he was like as a friend and has been like as a teammate.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows what he was like as a player, what he is like as a player, the professionalism that he brings on every day. When he speaks, everyone listens because he doesn't talk a ton, but when he does, it's something important that he needs to bring up, and it's always the right time to do it as well. It's a great feel and sense for the game, and what he feels the team needs to move forward. So there's a lot of leadership qualities in Jay that we're going to miss as a group. As a friend, it's been a lot of emotions, throughout this year. He is, I think, going to be, when he came to St. Louis, I think that was a big, huge lift for our club at the time. It was, I think we knew we were going to be competitive for a long time when he came and decided to stay, and that this is where he wanted to be. He believed in this, and he is going to be very missed if he decides to hang him up, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But it's he definitely has brought a lot to our team, our community, and to me as a friend and my family.
And Tarasenko, you guys unfortunately got used to playing without him and were very successful without him during the regular season, but it had to be a letdown when he was, went back to St. Louis and had more problems in the playoffs, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's a prominent goal scorer and a big, important piece to our club. So you lose goals like that, it's always not optimal, but the guys have done a terrific job of being able to rally through all these different kinds of elements and situations that have been thrown our way, and they did it again during these playoffs. So again, we'll see what issues or how Vladdy resolves his injury, and hopefully have him ready to go for when we start up again.
Alex, I'm curious, just when you look back at the whole experience, how difficult was it to just be in that whole bubble atmosphere as a group? Do you guys feel like that was a distraction at all? I mean, I know you can't speak for other teams, but just for yourselves, well, was that a distraction from playing hockey at all, just that whole experience?
The distraction of being in the bubble?
Yeah. Yes.
No, I don't think so. I think I want to say, especially when we started getting games like every other day, when our series started against Vancouver, I think you could tell that it was almost like being back on the road again, and the rhythm of things just started rolling a little bit more. And I think as that happened, we started coming on a little bit better as well. yeah, that's how I would view it.
Alexander, for yourself, you're old as dirt. You played your 1,000th game this year. How much longer do you want to go? How much gas is left in the tank? How much do you think you still have to give to the game?
For right now, that's my main objective, is to get healthy again and get back to training and up and running for next season. And that's where my focus lies right now. The other, speculation or projections about the future is in the future. So right now, that is going to be my number one objective: just get healthy and get my body ready and prepared for the next training camp.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Alex.
Alex. Have a good
Yeah.
summer.
Alex,
Have a
thank
great
you.
summer. Yeah, see you guys.
Thanks, Tanner.